to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Josh in the booth. Say hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Josh will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, burns, and casserole recipes in the chat. Make sure you tag at Star City Games.
Very important casserole recipes.
Yeah, we're going to be locked inside for a while. You need to make some casserole.
Exactly. Smart.
Turkey tetrazzini, nice mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Make sure you make your mac and cheese with a bechamel.
Ooh, I still just use Velveeta.
Really a Mornay sauce, but it starts with bechamel.
I use Velveeta. Is that bad of me?
Yes.
I'll keep doing it because I love it.
Make sure you tag at Star City Games so you can see them. Send us favorites over to us. We are doing a kind of a different style of show today. We've done it once before. If y'all are longtime viewers, we did this last year with Planeswalker Super Friends decks when they were popping up in Standard for the first time.
Oh, like that Jeskai one with like Zan, that Zan one with?
There were a bunch of different builds. There was an Azorius build, a Jeskai build. There was another 3-color build, if I recall correctly, and it was unclear like which one was the best one. Eventually, Jeskai sort of emerged. And so we did a sort of test. We took 2 of them that we liked. We played each against a couple decks from the format, and then we played them against each other in what we called the Super Friends Showdown. So we're doing another showdown today.
That.
This is a Mystic Sanctuary Showdown for Modern.
Yeah.
If you look at regionals results, there's a lot of different Mystic Sanctuary decks. We've talked about that a few times before when we've played Modern over the last month or so, but we're really going to put 2 of them to the test. I'm going to be playing Bant Snowblade. Corey's going to be playing Sultai Uro, I guess is what they're calling it.
Yep. Sultai mid-range, but just a lot of ways to bring back, Cryptic Commands, Thoughtseize. Assassin's Trophy is a nice one to bring back.
A lot of good spells.
A lot of good spells, yes.
So 2 of the most popular and most successful Mystic Sanctuary decks in Modern right now.
Yep.
We're going to be playing each of them in a best of 3 against Jund and Eldrazi, 2 of the more popular other decks in the metagame. And then at the end, we're going to play them against each other in the final showdown. So we're going to be starting with Corey on Sultai and me on Jund. Then we'll quickly move to me on Eldrazi.
Yep.
Then we'll swap roles. I'll be playing Bant. Corey will play the 2 other decks.
Yeah.
And then we'll play against each other with the Sanctuary.
It's going to be a fun show. I'm excited to see, just how, because these are very different Mystic Sanctuary decks, realistically. You're a much more proactive deck. I am trying to be more controlling and still just, interact, cast Uro, and then bring Uro back, and just, that's the main game plan. But you have all the sword plans. It's just a much different deck, I feel.
Yeah, definitely further towards the aggressive slant of the mid-range spectrum. There's also versions of Bant that don't play the Stoneforge package and are much more controlling, but with more counter spells, whereas you're a control deck or a mid-range control deck that is playing more discard and removal.
Yeah.
So, 3 very different styles of decks, but all built around this really powerful Mystic Sanctuary, Cryptic Command, Uro endgame.
Yep.
And Mystic Sanctuary Uro is awesome. Like, you get your card back and immediately draw it when you attack.
It's insane.
It's that kind of, we saw that with Emery Mishra's Bauble back when Urza was dominating everywhere, and this is even, I think, cleaner than that.
I think so.
In terms of enabling really busted Mystic Sanctuary.
And I mean, most of these decks that are playing Uro and Sanctuary also play Astrolabe. Like, you're still playing Astrolabe in Bant. Yeah. So there's
snow decks.
Yeah, Bant being able to, or all these Astrolabe decks also being able to Sanctuary, put something on top, Astrolabe to bring it back. You have all these ways to get that spell immediately, and then you're just a toolbox deck from your graveyard. So, I mean, they're very powerful, but we're up against 2 decks that are, God bless you. We're up against 2 decks that are just proven to be very successful as well. Jund and Etron are just, very powerful decks that have been standing the test of time, throughout the last 2 months. So it will be some good battles here, and then I'm excited for that finals to have a snow mirror, but...
So we're going to have a long show today. This is a pretty dense format, so why don't we just get into it?
Let's do it.
I see some marbles over there on your side.
Yes.
I will be on the play with Jund. One of the breakout decks from regionals. I was going through all the results, a week or 2 ago, and there was just a lot of Jund in those top 8s.
Yeah, it's so weird to hear you say Jund as a breakout deck in any regard, just because it's been around for so long. But
it's kind of like I think it's now just sort of the oldest, really classic modern deck. I guess Storm, but Storm was a lot different before Baral.
Yeah.
And the early Storm decks that dominated before Rite of Flame.
Yeah, they're a lot different now. Yeah, I agree.
But Jund really is, now that Affinity is kind of gone,
Yeah, Jund is back. How's your hand? Mine's looking pretty nice. We need a little help off the top, but overall, pretty good.
I think this is fine.
Let's get into the battle.
Especially on the play.
Okay. So I think I want to Thoughtseize you right away. It's just what land do I want to get? You gonna Veil?
Yep.
All right. So I think just blue-black to make sure I have Sanctuary mana here. So we're going to take a total of 5 on turn 1 here. That's not ideal, but
it's quite a bit.
But it's a lot. Lava Act myself.
You will find that I have 2 of the card you want to take.
Dang it. Dang it.
So
15. Well, now
we'll be taking the K command. But
yeah, I probably don't want Ren since you have multiples of them. I'm not going to be able to interact with them that well, except if I just get ahead on board position, and then I can just attack them one after the other. So I actually think I'm going to take the Fatal Push.
Okay.
Yep.
So kind of wants to play a tempo game to deal with the Ren and 6s early.
I'll pass to you. Yeah, 2 Ren and 6 is quite obnoxious there, I have to say.
Okay. Well, I'll get a Ren down and return this fetch land.
What about the 6? You're just getting the Ren down?
Just the Ren.
Okay.
It's the only part I need.
Good call.
You can go.
All right. So now we're going to go with a Astrolabe to make all our mana problems fine. And then I'll pass to you.
Okay. Crack fetch. Go to 18.
Okay.
And let's get... I want to make sure I can Croxa, so I need another red source. Let's get a Stomping Ground.
Okay.
That's going to help later Scavenging Oozes.
Sure, sure.
And I am going to Thoughtseize you.
Thoughtseize? I think I'm just supposed to be okay with this. I could Thought Scour right now, but I highly doubt that's the card you want to take. And if you do want to take it, I think I'm just okay with that. So,
okay, so much like Corey, I guess you took the Fatal Push because you're trying to play tempo game.
Yeah, you're probably not going to take Fatal Push.
Yeah, in general, I think Thoughtseize in these matchups are just supposed to take the most powerful cards. In this case, it's Tireless Tracker and Archmage's Charm.
Mm-hmm.
The Tracker is not super scary because I have K Command, and it's going to take a while for you to be able to turn it into a 3-power creature in response until turn 5.
Yep, and you can even ping it. Yep.
And I can ping it on top of that, but it will net you some cards, right?
That's true.
Just playing it on turn 4 with a fetch land, which is pretty likely. You already have the fetch, you just need to draw any other land.
Yep.
Is going to be good. But the Archmage's Charm is also quite good.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a close one. I'm not sure what I even want you to take.
Yeah, it really is close between the two. The Charm essentially nets 1 card. The Tracker actually nets 2 cards with a fetch land.
Yeah.
And will necessitate me having a removal spell.
Yeah, and the ceiling's higher on it. Like, if I were to be able to Thoughtseize K Command, then Tracker could run away, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's probably the correct play.
I agree. So I'll go to 16.
Okay.
And I'll plus the Ren on the Verdant and pass the turn.
All right, I will Thought Scour myself. Hit an Uro? Nope. Dang it.
Milling Mystic Sanctuary.
There's 4 of them, don't worry.
4?
Oh, yeah.
I assumed 3. But.
Oh, yeah, there's 4. There's 4. We're not messing around.
Okay. This could be an Uro turn or a Hold Up Charm turn.
Interesting. Those are definitely my options right now, as well as the card I drew. I don't really love that as an option right now. I think it's just Uro. Being able to... So I'm going to lose 1, but gain... So I'm going to gain 1.
So we're both at 16 now.
Yep. I think I'd rather be a little proactive here and use this counter spell to do some backup, and I'll pass to you.
Okay. Crack Verdant.
Okay, 15 to 16, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And now... I think I'm going to take the risk because I want to be proactive in this matchup and get the Bloodbraid down.
Okay.
If I hit, Fatal Push or Maelstrom Pulse.
Oh, it's a Liliana. I just imagine.
Just head spell Liliana. Even Lightning Bolt would be fine.
Yeah. I would love a Lightning Bolt. That's for sure.
Yeah. You would take seeing Lightning Bolt too. But
yep.
Liliana is the big coup. Discard spell would be great.
Yep. And we know we can deal with Bloodbraid here, so if it's flipping into something not really relevant, I can just sack. Deal with it that way.
Croxa, I'll take that as well.
That's pretty good.
So Why don't you discard a card there?
All right. I'm going to discard Fatal Push.
Okay. I will attack for 3.
Okay, I think I'm going to sack this down to 15. I think we're just going to get a snow land here. Yeah, so this is interesting. Like, I could try to deal with this Bloodbraid, or I could just take it and realize that I'm going to Uro and hope you don't have a removal. I think that's a little risky, just because if you do like Maelstrom Pulse it or something, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So we're just going to cleanly deal with it. So we got 15 all, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And now I could return the Verdant with the Wren. But I kind of want to build towards Kroxa, which almost negates the Uro.
Yep.
Alternatively, I can try to like K-command back the Bloodbraid and do something with that.
It's definitely a possibility.
Which one do I like more? I have to assume you're Uroing next turn. And you're kind of winning that. You're going to win that race.
Let's hope so.
Ugh, this is a tough one.
This is tough. We're going to have some battles today.
I don't think the extra mana is that valuable, so I think I'll leave my options open and just plus with no target.
Okay. All right, untap. So Kroxa can come back if you just have another fetch land. So maybe being able to do something about that seems smart. Just playing Uro obviously is great. Yeah, this is tough as well. I think it's more important to deal with Kroxa. Then Wren is getting pretty close to being active.
These are tough games.
These are tough games.
Only card I know about is the Charm, right?
Is the Charm, yep.
Yeah.
Guess you'd have to ping it to do that. Okay, I think we got a plan just because it puts you in a little bit of a rough spot here. We're going to Thought Scar ourselves. Draw. Okay, and then ooze and eat the Kroxa.
That is pretty good. So that's
Gain
gonna bring you to 16.
All right, and then pass to you.
Okay, that's a pretty good draw. So I will Inquisition you.
Okay.
Cryptic Command is also good.
Yep.
And I'll play this Overgrown Tomb tapped. K Command. Do I want to get back Bloodbraid or deal with your Cryptic Command? I think I need to get back Bloodbraid because I need to find an answer to this Uro.
Yeah.
So I'll deal 2, get back Bloodbraid.
And then Wren it.
And yeah, minus the Wren.
Okay.
Pass.
And I'm okay with
-1.
Yeah, it's just -1. And I'm okay with that just for the possibility that Wren is going to be negated for a little bit longer. And here's a point where I don't want you to just have a very good proactive Bloodbraid turn. I want you to have to hit something good. Otherwise, Uro is going to start to do some damage to you. So let's take out stuff that is pretty unique.
I have land instant sorcery.
So no creatures, and I can't really bring back creatures. So we're going to take out Tracker for sure. And ooze.
That's 5.
Yep. So we're just going to take those. All right.
So you're going to go to 19?
19,
15.
Draw a card, and pass to you.
No land. Till.
No land. All gas. All gas here, Ross. Bloodbraid into like Maelstrom Pulse or Liliana or something, though, is quite terrifying.
I am going to plus... This is on 5. I don't have any things that deal 4 damage in my deck. So I don't think there's any reason to leave this up to maybe finish this off with 2 Wren pings.
Yeah.
So let's plus it to 6, get back Verdant, play Verdant crack, just in case we hit Fatal Push. I want to crack this first.
Okay, you're at 14, right?
Yep. And I don't think there's any reason that I need 2 more 2 mana up. So let's just leave basics in our deck because of trophy.
Okay, smart.
We'll get that tapped and play Bloodbraid and see what we can
Spin it up. Let's go.
Want to cut?
No, I do not. It hasn't worked for me in the practice games, so. Ruh-roh. Can't do that. Oh my
That's a good
God!
one.
Are you so
That's a good
lucky?
one. Let's -2 and get that arrow. Then I'll attack for 3.
All right, I'm down to 16.
You can go.
Dang it. You're so good at that.
I still don't feel great about this game. Just
Yeah.
because I'm kind of flooded, and your Uro has enough food to come back for a while.
Yeah, there is that.
2 more times pretty easily.
So we're definitely going to do that again now. You still have instant sorcery land, right?
Yes.
So I can't really adjust anything, so I might as well just do my best to keep good targets. So we're going to do that.
You're going to go back up to 19.
19, draw, hit the land this time, which is excellent. And then I will pass to you. Bloodbraid into Lily, huh?
Okay. It's +2 Liliana.
Okay.
And we need another die.
Okay.
+1, get back Verdant.
Sure. It's a
Play
nice little
Verdant.
combo.
And I will play a Tarmogoyf.
A
I
Goyf.
believe is a 4/5.
Okay. Checks out.
Because you discarded a creature? Yeah.
Yep.
I will pass the turn.
Okay, so I can do some Mystic Sanctuary things. That is the title of our show, so we probably should. Or I can just try to play this card and hope to draw a sack line later to do so. I think I'm going to do that. Plus, I want to fix my mana base just in case I were to lose Astrolabe. I don't want to be so reliant on that I can't bring back Uro. So I'm going to take 3. Go to 16.
Play
16 to
Ice
14.
Fang Quaddle.
Yep. Quaddle. Draw.
Yep.
Untap.
We could use the Cryptic Command to clear the way for the Uro and deal with Ren entirely.
I definitely could.
And the Quaddle protects the Uro from the Liliana -, but he knows I have another Ren to deal with the Quaddle.
That's true.
You know this card, but not the other.
Okay.
And you have 2 in hand, one of which is Cryptic.
Yep. So I am going to... The fetch is really good here. So we're going to fetch down to 15.
Yep.
And we're going to get a Sanctuary.
Bring back the Assassin's Trophy.
I think I want a Fatal Push.
Fatal Push.
I for sure want to... I don't really care about the Liliana as much right now, but maybe it's just more important to just have a clean answer like Assassin's Trophy. It's probably the case. Okay, we'll put Assassin's Trophy back. I'm going to go to combat.
Sure.
Okay, so I can Assassin's Trophy the Renin 6, which I think I might have to do, but I'll leave my options open. Let's go attack both of these at Liliana. Draw.
So you go to 18.
Yep.
Any land?
No land.
Okay, so there's knowing that you have trophy, there's just no point in me double blocking.
Yep.
A Liliana on 1 would certainly not be worth you getting both of these.
Yep.
So I'll just let the Liliana die.
Okay.
It does make Goyf slightly bigger.
Okay, and then, so I'm at 18, you're at 14, right?
That's what I have.
All right, I am going to say go.
On your end step, let's crack this fetch, and I am out of...
Out of duels? Or just
Yeah.
out of lands?
I'm out of dual lands.
Okay.
So I'm at 13. Probably should just left that fetch in play. In case I draw a Fatal Push.
Yep.
So I'm at 13.
Yep.
Draw step?
Yep.
I assume that's...
After your draw step, I'm going to trophy this.
Yep. So I've got 2 more basics, I think, in the deck.
Okay.
The swamp can be found by all my fetches, so let's get the mountain.
Okay. And now at this point, I have to just be prepared for this turn to just take a good hit, I think. Like, I could Cryptic tap, but I'm not at that point in the game where I really need to. So I think we're just going to, and you do know about this.
Yep.
But I don't think I'm at that game where I have to protect myself. Uro's going to do a lot of work here, and I'm winning this race, frankly.
So we have...
So Planeswalker, instant, creature, land. You might have a sorcery.
Yeah, I have sorcery and then Planeswalker, so it's 5/6. We got it here.
Okay.
Just want to make sure. Yeah, declare tax.
Yep.
Get in for 8.
No blocks. Down to 10.
Play a Renin 6.
That's fine.
Minus on the Coatl.
Okay.
And play Raging Ravine as my land.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. I think I want to act with this card here. So we're gonna bounce, draw a card.
Okay.
Untap. Okay, great cards in hand. We're gonna attack Ren, draw.
Brings you to 13.
Yep, play a land, and now I could play this, but it doesn't matter too much. I think I'm just gonna say go.
Well, that was a card that made me wish I hadn't so flippantly thrown away that Renin 6.
Yeah.
Cycle Baron more.
There you go.
I did not expect the Renin 6 to be that good.
Yeah. I mean, you have like what, nurturing peatlands and Barrenmoor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Activate Raging Ravine.
Sure.
Declare tax.
Sure.
Attack for 7.
Okay, I'm gonna sack this. Go down to 12.
Yep.
Get another Sanctuary. Push can take out Ravine, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on top, and then I am going to draw 2.
Yep.
And then Fatal Push that Ravine.
Brings you to 9.
9. Yep. 9 to 14.
9 to 13.
You're at 13? Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Second main, play this Goyf.
Counter draw.
Yep. Fetch to 12, play a Goyf.
Okay.
Get the last fetchable in my deck, I think.
Yep. How big is this Goyf?
Still a 5/6.
Just a 5/6. Okay.
Unless an Astrolabe ends up in your graveyard, I don't think it's getting bigger.
That's fair. All right. You done?
Okay. Yep.
Untap. Those were some heinous draws.
Yeah, you're in pretty good shape.
Oh, yeah, I'm in great shape, but still bad draws.
And you got one more draw this turn.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 9, huh? I am going to, for sure, Sanctuary Cryptic.
Ugh.
I will attack, gain 3.
I think that kills me. So I'm at 6, you're at 12.
Yep, and then I'll play a...
I think I need to draw a Bloodbraid Elf now.
Uro, I will keep this one.
15.
Draw. And pass to you.
Yeah, any spell I draw, Cryptic just counters it and taps my team.
Yep.
So I need to draw Bloodbraid.
I don't think your top deck powers are going to be enough this time. Oh my! Okay.
Cascade Trigger?
Yeah, Cascade Trigger. Oh my. Well, I got to keep that alive. So.
Oh, you just counter bounce Mystic Sanctuary, let this resolve, next turn replay, attack, draw, tap my team. Right?
What,
yeah,
counter bounce?
So counter bounce Mystic Sanctuary.
Oh, yeah.
Untap,
Yep, you're totally
replay
right.
Mystic Sanctuary.
I had Fatal Push, too, to be able to do something, but yeah, you're right. Counter bounce, play it, draw, Cryptic.
Yeah.
Yep.
He draws for turn and then replays Sanctuary, puts Cryptic on top, when he
Taps.
attacks.
Yeah, because
draws
you're
the
at
Cryptic in a row.
exactly 6.
Yeah, and then taps
All
my team
right.
before blockers.
Love
it. So, even I thought Bloodbraid Elf was it, but that wasn't even good enough.
Yeah, what did you need? Bloodbraid into like Croxa? Something that maybe could.
I think Bloodbraid into Abrupt Decay if they're in my deck.
Yeah.
I need an uncounterable spell.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm playing Abrupt Decay.
Even if you do that, like I just like push one and then I just like get Euro back and play defensive. Like I think it was going to be good.
All that was just a list.
Yeah.
It wasn't to be getting into a good spot. Yeah. I just wasn't able to handle Uro, and once Uro gets going, it just runs away.
Uro is insane. We saw the power of Uro game 1 here. So we're going to take a short break and we're going to head to sideboarding, and then we're going to be right back with Sultai Snow up against Jund. We'll see you in a second.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our first set of the Mystic Sanctuary Showdown between Sultai, Uro.
Mystic Showdown? Mystic
Sanctuary Showdown.
There's got to be some kind of good play on words we can do here. That'll get me Fs in chat, you know?
The mythic Mystic Sanctuary Showdown.
Okay, there we go.
On my side, we've got some Ashioks, which just are really mainly here to help out against Uro, but they also stop you from fetching for Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Both of which are really important things going along, so I do think this card is effective in the matchup. Also, if the game goes super long, like 2 of these can just mill you out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
I wouldn't recommend having them both in play at the same time, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Obviously, Choke and Boil are great. These cards are picking up now that all these...
That's a weird thing to say. Obviously, we need Choke and Boil.
These are picking up as cyber cards because of these Mystic Sanctuary decks.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I'm bringing in Huntmaster and Kitchen Finks because they're proactive 2-for-1s.
Yep.
And I know I need to be proactive in this matchup. I think going along, you're advantaged. So the proactive 2-for-1s are better. I'm actually cutting a reactive 2-for-1 in Culligan's Command. I'm trimming some of the discard spells. I want enough discard that I can, sit on it and use it to force through a key spell, like Boil or Choke.
Yep.
But I don't want to draw too many, especially in a matchup where they can have Veil of Summer in the sideboard.
Exactly.
And then Lightning Bolt is my worst removal spell because it doesn't kill Uro like Fatal Push does,
Yeah.
So we're just cutting all of our bolts and playing a bit of an attrition game, but an aggressive attrition.
Yeah, I was basically just hoping you were, drawing a Lightning Bolt every turn of the game. So that makes sense that you don't have that. So
Instead, I was drawing a land every turn. So
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so for my end, we're bringing in Veil of Summer. You have enough that it's just still a fantastic card. Pretty hard to not want to bring in every copy of that. Abrupt Decay, dealing with Liliana and Choke, probably some of my most problematic cards. And then
and Ren and 6.
And Ren and 6, yeah. And then Kalitas to be able to just, have some kind of over-the-top effect. Kalitas is just insane once you get it going. Can just win the game on its own. We, too, are trimming some hand disruption, although I do tend to like hand disruption on the draw a little bit better than on the play. I'm still taking out 2. On the play, I would consider not having any in. Plague Engineer doesn't really, the ability is not very good. It's just a 3-mana Death Touch Bear. And then Archmage's Charm, I think, is worse than Cryptic Command. Well, still a good card. I think I would rather have these, so... All right. All right, Josh, let's hear it. Let's get some questions from you.
All right. Do you think that Mystic Sanctuary is creating a stale meta for blue decks, requiring all of them to play Cryptic Command and Mystic Sanctuary?
If anything, it is making the format kind of look a little bit of the same, but that just, all that spells to me, if I were to be going and playing a Modern Challenge this weekend or something, all I'm thinking is, okay, step 1, I want to have a good matchup against these grindy control decks, I want to play something that's good against them. And, we're seeing a response of like mono green Bigtron coming back to answer that and stuff like that. There's answers to these decks, but they are like the most fun to play as one, and they're doing pretty well. Uro is giving these decks the staying power to keep up with aggro that they just couldn't do before. And they were kind of like losing to Titan, which I think is still probably true. Like, I cannot imagine these blue decks all have a good Titan matchup.
They do have a really good end game, so I think the matchup's probably close, especially now without Once Upon a Time. So
yeah, and Aether Gust is just like the secret gem that has like only most recently been discovered. So these decks do have better tools to deal with it now,
And now with Uro, they have a way to clock you, which I think is really important in that matchup. But for me, like the complaint that the decks are homogenized is less relevant in older formats, because the bigger and more powerful a format gets, the more homogenous the deck building has to become, because the barrier to entry is so high. it's only the incredibly powerful cards that are seeing play. Like, look at how homogenous deck building is for blue decks in Legacy. Like, they all start with Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will.
Days,
some don't play Days.
Okay.
But some do. But it's like Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will, like some sort of threat. You can either be like Snapcaster and going long, or like Delvering and playing short.
But that format's still great. That format is so much fun.
And like,
I'm just so bad at it. I'm so very bad at it.
We've had so many complaints over the years since the Twin ban that like blue decks can't compete in Modern. This is a problem. I want to play blue decks. Now the blue decks are good, and you're just like, well, I don't know. They're all the same. They all have Mystic Sanctuary. Like there's a core around which these decks are built. And Mystic Sanctuary, Cryptic Command, Archmage's Charm is kind of it.
Yeah.
But as you'll see, like there's Bant Stoneblade. There's Bant without Stoneforge Mystic. There's Sultai. There's Gorgon's 4-color list. There's a ton of different ways to go with that core. So it's not like the building is super homogenous. It's just built around the specific really powerful core that you have to play, because that's the reason to be playing this style of deck.
Yeah.
So
but if you're playing
that existing,
and if you're like playing aggro decks, like consider playing like more Scavenging Oozes instead of maybe more traditional cards that aren't as good against the Sanctuary decks, just to metagame against it. Like there's a lot of things that the dynamic decks that we have, like Jund, can just make these tiny shifts to make it a lot better. So I think the Modern format right now is insanely good, and nothing should change because these decks are easily able to be beaten.
I agree.
All right, great questions, though, everybody. You keep them coming in. We'll keep answering them. How's your hand?
It is solid. I'm trying to figure out how to sequence my lands.
Okay. I think I'm going to keep mine, too. We're able to curve out decently. A little bit of awkward start, but that's okay.
I'm going to get a Swamp and Thoughtseize.
Swamp? Okay, I've been Thoughtseized.
And
the amount of hands I can keep against the Thoughtseize deck are, like, way higher than normal.
I will once again take Tireless Tracker.
All right. Tracker is gone.
So much upside for that card.
Yeah, it is just a scary card when we're in a mid-range slog fest here.
It's just a matchup where you have a million fetch lands.
That's true, too. All right, so you're
going to draw 2 cards and demand a removal spell.
Yep. You're at 17. I'm going to play Sanctuary and pass it to you, Ross. Pass it to you.
I will go to 15 and play Tarmogoyf, which is a 3/4.
Okay.
So I'm at 15. You're at 20. You're up.
All right. Gonna untap. Now I think I gotta play this if I want to be able to Quaddle. I want to do that.
You're at 18.
And I'll pass to you. Quaddle is very far away from being snow-worthy here, but...
Yeah. That's an awkward land to draw, but I'll attack for 3.
Okay, I will take it.
So 15 all.
Yep.
So play a Forest and a Tarmogoyf.
Another Goyf, okay.
That's a turn.
All right, now we're gonna play this. Hope to get some more snow permanent. Something like an Astrolabe would be awesome here.
Before you untap, I'm going to push that.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Do not want to get Veiled.
We're super fine with the essential 2-for-1 here, but still something that I agree you kind of have to do.
Yeah, that card will eventually demand an answer.
Exactly.
With a Goyf, which I don't want it to do. This also pumps my Goyfs to a 4/5. Actually, 5/6. No, 4/5. Yeah.
3 instant.
We already had
sorcery,
creature. It's instant.
Yeah, so 4/5.
I knew it was going to pump.
Okay, and I'll just pass to you here.
And getting them up to 4/5 means this is a 2-turn clock.
Yeah. That is scary.
Attack for 8.
So I could Thought Scour myself to try to get an answer, but that also is scary to pumping up. And the only thing I'm drawing into is Fatal Push, but I could mill something like an Astrolabe and it pumps them. Kind of think it's worth the risk, even though it is a bit scary here. Yeah, let's do it. Thought Scour myself. Nothing added.
Creature.
Yep. But didn't hit anything, so yep.
At 7.
7.
Okay, I am going to play a Mire and crack it. I'm going to go to 12 and get a Blood Crypt.
Okay.
This gives me 2nd red for Croxa later on.
Okay.
There you are. I'm going to play a Liliana. I think I should have done this pre-combat, because if you have... I don't think you have interaction there because you couldn't cast Charm.
Yeah.
But in case you do and you counter it, then my Goyfs become 5/6s, and I put you to 5, and then they're both lethal next turn.
That's true.
So this definitely should have happened pre-combat, but it didn't have an effect on the game.
Okay.
Liliana resolves, I assume?
Yep, it resolves.
Okay. I kind of like the card in my hand, but it's not great right now, so I think I'd rather get the Liliana working.
Okay.
Let's plus it. You can pick up the card, so I don't know exactly where you're discarding.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
Decision.
Sure.
So, but I had a
discard
trophy.
that is pretty good.
Pass.
All right, Quaddle.
Oh, that's annoying.
A little annoying, but I'm still definitely in trouble.
Yeah, and you can't get to, without an Astrolabe, you can't get it to Death Touch.
Yeah, and I think I only have one Snow Swamp, huh?
All I know right now is you have Cryptic and 5 others.
Yep.
Why's your hand so big?
I've just been cantripping every turn. Cantripping absolutely every turn. So I think we're going to attack this. I think it just has to be a Cryptic defensive turn, so I'll pass to you.
Okay. Well, I will declare tax.
So I could like tap bounce if I want for Liliana. It's not great. I could tap bounce my Quaddle. That's kind of cute, because then I could re-flash it in to block at instant speed for one of these Goyfs. Let's do that. I'll tap bounce.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to continue plussing Liliana.
Okay. I think I have to discard. Ah, this is rough. I'm at 7.
Wish I had drawn something I could play proactively, but...
Because if I discard this, I don't have the ability to double spell. And this card is pretty good, but I just don't have the mana for it. So yeah, we're going to discard this. Okay, feels bad.
So Goyfs are now 5/6s because I discarded a Planeswalker.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right.
You at 7.
Yep. All right.
Soon we'll see another snow permanent here, which will make the Quaddle good.
I'm going to play this so I can go get a snow permanent.
Also potentially get a Sanctuary.
Yep. I'll just pass.
I would like to declare tax.
Declare away.
Send.
Quaddle.
Resolves.
Draw. We'll go to, oops. Thought Scour myself.
Sure.
We really want an Uro. Go to block. And super awkward because I definitely don't want to have to get a Snowland. But yeah, we'll go to 6. And I don't think I have the swamp. I think there's only one swamp.
Yeah, I can't imagine that plays more than one swamp.
Yeah, I think that would be super wrong. Jeez, do I even have another snow permanent? That would be a big deal.
You gotta have more than 3 snow islands.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, so we'll death touch that.
These trade, you go to 1?
Yep.
Okay, I drew a good one.
Oh no!
And let's plus the Liliana.
Okay, that is pretty good. Yikes.
You get to untap the Overgrowth too.
Yeah, holy, that is so good. Well, I guess do we gotta just hope we naturally draw a green source and just put this Uro into the yard that I just drew? I feel like I'm at 1, huh?
Yep.
So it's not like just playing it does anything. So I might as well discard it with the upside of maybe I get a one outer.
The snow forest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing. You're up.
All right. We're live.
A fatal push?
I'll play a land. And I'll say go.
Cryptic King. Okay, declare tax.
Yep.
Do the fatal push.
Got the push.
I'll play a Cliffs and plus Liliana.
Okay, well, both of these spells are going to be quite uncastable here. I think I need like an Astrolabe to really get back into this game, but I don't think Veil is going to do me much. So we'll discard that. Go.
It's a good one. Cascade?
Yeah, it's a game winner. I have nothing.
Okay.
The 3/3 beats me.
Oh, so because of the potential of Veil, I should decline to cast this?
I guess.
I mean, I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
So I don't know what but I don't know what you can Veil into.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm dead. All right, game 3. That was brutal.
Yeah,
that was brutal.
The 2 Goyfs were just a good clock.
Yeah. Normally, I mean, we have so much removal. The games are usually not decided by just turn 2 Goyf, turn 3 Goyf. It's always like, hand disruption, and then eventually you get to that point where you can overrun them just because they're attritioned out. Yeah. But to just be able to kind of tempo out from the Jund side doesn't happen very often.
I think the big dynamic there was that your mana was awkward early, so your Quaddles took a while to get online.
Exactly, yep. It really was. Having to start with Sanctuary always sucked, but my hand was a great keep, but it was like, it just didn't develop in the right way. And then you drew like choke when it really mattered and stuff. So, yeah, it was brutal. All right, let's take one question, Josh, while we shuffle up for game 3. If you got it.
What brought Jund back up to the top? Was it bannings?
Bannings definitely helped. I mean,
it did well before the Once Upon a Time ban. So like the previous ban of Opal and Opal obviously did good things for it. But Jund has typically been good against blue control decks.
Yeah.
It got a little bad for it when Teferi first got printed and made its way. The control decks were a little bit more robust then. But now that they're really built on Mystic Sanctuary, that kind of counterspell plan has typically not been good against Jund.
Yeah.
And then the addition of Kroxa, which is a really good, a good threat. Not a huge upgrade for the deck, but definitely,
it's solid. Yeah.
So I think a lot of it was metagame, how the metagame shifted even before the Once Upon a Time ban, but how it shifted after the Oko Opal ban.
Yeah.
Oko was a big problem for Jund because it let every other deck play the same
and
game.
Stuff. Yeah.
It also just Jund just became a worse Oko deck because they were doing similar things, but then had access to cool blue cards.
Yeah.
Like the Urza decks with Oko were just better Jund decks.
Oh, good times. I miss me some Teamer Urza. That was nice. I'm going to keep this hand, even though it does have a chance of being, it does have a fail rate of just certain cards in my hand not being good as like a proactive strategy, but this is something we would not mulligan, so we'll keep.
My hand was 1 land and it was the mountains, so.
Oh, love it. Yeah. Unless you got Renin 6 and Bloodstained Mire as, well, I guess you did say 1 lander. I'm stupid. Yeah.
If I had Renin 6, then maybe I'm drawn to a fetch land to be in okay shape. Yeah. But then I also need the Renin 6 to resolve or not get discarded.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, we'll take a quick mulligan here, and this hand is solid. I think I want to be pretty threat.
You are pretty
here, so I'm gonna put that on the bottom.
Hey, if you want to be pretty, buddy, you're already there. All right, Mystic Sage.
I thought this was a Bloodstained Mire. I'm still keeping this hand, but it's definitely much worse.
Okay, good.
Okay, I got a lot better. I needed a green source.
Of course you did. All right, so we are going to go with taking 2 and pass to you. I had no play. Dang it. I'm so unlucky.
This is very
Why did I take 2?
Well, there's an... So go to 18 and play a Scoos.
A Scoos?
This will discourage Corey from playing an Uro next turn.
I'm not discouraged from quaddling, though. Draw.
Quaddle's pretty annoying. Though, once again, he started on Overgrown Tomb Sanctuary, so...
Life is good, basically. Okay, so now I know exactly I want to do these 2 cards, but now it's just how do I want to line up the mana? And, okay, I have exactly 1 choice, so that was stupid of me to even say. So I'm going to lose 2, but gain 1.
So you're go to 16?
Yep. Or to 19,
16,
right?
16, then 19, yeah.
Yep, and then I'm going to go to 18... I'm going to Fatal Push, but what do I want to get for the duel? I want to get something that can cast Uro, I guess, but I also want to make sure it's green, while simultaneously not leaning into choke and boil effects as much. So maybe...
Anything but the basic swamp lets you Uro, so...
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to get Overgrown Tomb here, as much as it is probably
do you have a second tomb?
That I'm going to find out.
I don't think you do.
Well, then I'm not going to get Overgrown Tomb. Okay, you're right. I don't think I do. So I guess it's just Watery Grave. Blue. Yeah, so I guess that doesn't matter. Unless I want another snow permanent and I just get a basic. Oh, no, I can't because I'd have to get a basic swamp, and that does not help. Okay, so...
You're going to go to 16?
Yes.
And then attack me to 17?
Yep. And I'll pass to you.
Okay, well, I have the choke.
All right. I'm dead. It's a one-of. This is an absolute one-of. This is unreal.
You've drawn the Overgrown Tomb twice. That's also a one-of. We're equally lucky.
All right. Attack for 1.
16 all.
Your turn. Your turn.
I think I want to. Yeah, I'm just gonna deal with this Coatl. So, ooh, actually, you could have Veil.
Guess I should have went for Swamp, huh?
I'm gonna shock this in. I'll go to 14
Okay.
and play Bloodbraid Elf. See what we hit.
Okay.
A lot of lands. Okay, play Tarmogoyf.
Okay.
Attack for 3,
I'll go to 13.
and pass the turn.
All right, I'll push this.
It's pretty good. Don't have to figure out how big it is.
Yep, exactly. All right, land. At least that's good. Probably going to be getting a basic with that. Not going to have enough snow permanents here, so we might as well just get in there.
13 all.
Yep, your turn.
Okay. Attack.
Ooh, actually, can I take this back?
Sure.
Okay, I am just going to block.
Okay, so I'm at 14. You're at 13.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think I just need to conserve my life total here.
If that is the case, I think I just want to pressure you since you're so low on mana. So I'm going to play a Kitchen Finks.
Okay.
Brings me to 16.
Yep.
Then I'll pass the turn.
All right. Get that swamp.
So you're at 12. Okay, well, I screwed this game up.
Did you?
Yeah, I should have played Ashiok last turn.
Oh, okay. To get my... Yeah, that's the whole point is I wanted to be able to Uro now. I guess I didn't even have to block with Coatl to do that, though, so maybe that was still bad.
I just completely screwed this game. If I just play Ashiok that turn, like I think the game's pretty close to over.
Probably, but no such luck.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a trophy, so I get to search for
Yep,
basic.
yep.
Which one do I think I just want Swamp, but you can keep going.
All right. All right, pretty good draw on our part. Definitely just Uroing now while we have the chance. Shrink Tarmogoyf as much as we can. We'll get all our enchant... Oh, wait, you have an enchantment. I won't get my enchantments out of here.
I have creature enchantment, so leaving a creature is...
So I'm just going to go like this, but that does affect my sanctuaries, but do I care about that? I think I should care about that. I don't care about the imaginary Goyf as much right now.
You're going to go to 15?
Yep. Draw a card, and let's play an Astrolabe. Draw, and pass to you. Go, Uro!
Let's play Liliana, make you sack the Uro.
Okay.
Attack for 6, brings you to 9.
9, yep.
Guess I'll cycle this.
Okay.
Ooh, that was a good hit. Play by land. Pass the turn.
All right.
That's the card that you cycle main phase for.
Yeah.
By the way.
All right, this is gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
We got played to it. Okay.
I just followed my first instinct and played the Ashiok. This game's so over.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Hey, first step's admitting, buddy. All right, let's start with a Thoughtseize.
This is going to bring you to 7.
Well, we got to get Ashiok out of there. Ashiok taking the Uro is pretty bad. Yeah, it's going to put me to 7. Now let's go with a Scavenging Ooze. And pass to you.
It's an interesting decision.
Yeah, this has been a great game.
I actually think I'm supposed to just try to resolve my Liliana. If you have a counterspell, it's not going to I'll get to activate this anyway. If you don't have a counterspell, I'm really happy to deal with the ooze. Though I guess so. If I end up dealing with the ooze, and put you to 1, and then you go to 4, you're still dead. The problem is if you have a removal spell in your hand. If you have a removal spell, say for the Bloodbraid Elf, then I deal with this and attack you to 4. Then you go to 7, and my attacks are pretty bad. But I do have some good draws at that point, and you're still kind of far away from getting the arrow back. Like even if, I think it's right to cast Liliana. I guess you could veil me too. That would be pretty bad.
I think I'm supposed to let this Lily go. Let me think, though, because I do got some options here. If I do, let's look at my hand quick, Josh. If I were to do this to the Lily, I'll have to discard. I'll be handless. Then I could block, and then essentially, I mean, I do have enough cards to get Uro back, or I could try to gain a little life, make you negative, and then I don't actually have Uro, but then you can make me sack with that Liliana. I just have to let this happen. Yep.
Okay. I will edict you.
I will
Exile my 2.
Your 2 go to 9 to 16. Yep.
Okay, I'll play this. Attack for 6.
All right, we'll push that.
Push. So you go to 6.
3, go to 6, yep.
And
now I'm 1 short of Uro, so that is unfortunate, but...
I'm going to pop this now in case I draw a Goyf.
Okay.
And I did not. I will pass.
All right. Big draw step.
Okay, you're still 1 short of Uro.
Well, that's at least a decent plan B if we don't hit this the way we need to. All right, let's go with... I think I'm going to cast Charm here.
Just draw 2.
Just to draw 2. If I hit a land, I'm able to Uro. If not, I can play what's in my hand, but it's not great. So, all right, I think this is the best way to do it.
Pretty good. Like, either 2 spells or a land.
Yeah. 2. Okay. Well. Yeah, I mean, I think just Uro is so important right here. We're going to take 2, but we're going to gain...
4 then to 7.
Yep. All right, so
having
4,
to push was pretty big.
7, draw, no land, pass to you.
Yeah, now you have all spells.
Now I have all spells. Oh, these are all gone.
Yeah.
That would be way better if Uro didn't have to take anything.
Thoughtseize you.
Let's go, baby, let's go. Make some decisions here, bud. This isn't going to be easy for you. I'm only going to get to keep 1 card, and you get to pick which one I for sure don't keep, but they're all good. They're all good. Can we start playing the song, Hello, Darkness, My Old Friend? It's good to see these cards again.
Jesus.
Yeah, these are good ones.
I have no idea which one to take.
I don't know either.
Not a clue.
I think it's not this one. I think that's the only thing you can narrow down.
The tracker, I believe, is the worst
And
one.
the tracker is more than likely I'm discarding to that anyways, so it's basically which one you think is worse, and they're both good.
Yeah. I think I have to take Cryptic. There's just so many options with it.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to kill Liliana with it, it's going to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
And now you just go Boil. I'm like,
Even... If I had Boyle, I would probably have taken the trophy, but...
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah. Okay, well, all I have is another land, so I'll plus Lily.
Okay.
I'm at 14 after the thought.
And I'm at 7, right?
Yeah, I have 14 to 7.
I think I want the trophy. Tracker's good and all, but... Like, I'm still in a rough spot, too, because attacking into this, just getting persisted... is not a great exchange for me, but I think I just need to deal with this so that Uro lives. So we'll discard this.
Pass.
All right. Untap. I'll attack Liliana. Trigger.
No land?
No
Really?
land.
You're a 10?
Yeah. No land. Let the record show that I did not put in a land, please, Josh.
Don't think I want to go for the double block. I'm just going to chump and force the trophy.
Yep.
So -1/-1.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay,
So I gained 2. I go to
you're
16.
at 16. Okay. Second main.
Soon we'll be seeing a draw step trophy.
Ooze. So I do want to keep Liliana. Even Liliana being able to deal with this is still really good. So I think I still have to deal with that. I'm at a comfortable enough life total. You didn't see that, right?
I did not.
Okay, I'm at a comfortable enough life total that I think I'm going to do that. So, yeah, go to your turn. I guess I got to do it now just because if you draw Veil, I know you don't have it, but, you know, I would do this in a tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just get a forest.
Oh, I guess I want to do green-black. Leave this green open.
Sweet. I was drawing Bloodstained Mire, so thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. These games have been insane.
Yeah. If I just play Yashak, the game is so over.
Yeah,
It's literally the thing I was gonna snap do, and then I was like, oh no, he can pressure that with the Quaddles. Maybe I deal with that first, but it was like gonna take so long.
And yeah, I still needed the land. I drew the trophy right after you played it, and then I'm like, okay, well now I just need to draw land. So I drew trophy land to just be able to be in the game whatsoever. So
yeah, but that's my fault. So hopefully a good draw here.
No good draw for you.
With the Uro would be fine.
No good draw for you.
Especially now that you trophied on my turn, I can just draw push.
No draw for you.
I will.
You looked at your yard, so you drew Culligan's command.
Activate Ravine and attack, get a counter.
Okay. I can trade with this if I really wanted to. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I could. I could exile 2. I'm just going to let this happen, though. I'll go to 6.
You're a jerk.
Did I call you out? Did I call you out on it?
You can go.
All right. I'm going to exile Bloodbraid.
Yep. You go to 7.
Yep. And untap.
Yep.
Draw. And you're at 16?
Yes.
I'll attack with just Uro.
You go to 10.
Yep. No land drop. And are you taking it?
Yeah. 10 all.
You go to 10. All right, I'm going to Thought Scar myself. Go.
Not a bad draw, but it's probably just getting countered. Liliana.
Yeah, that resolves.
Edict you.
In response, Quaddle.
Tilt.
Draw. I'll send this to the yard.
Activate.
Sure.
Attack, get a counter.
All right, I'll...
Oh, do you have enough?
I can pump it 3 times. Yeah, I got 3 creatures.
Oh, I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
How did the tracker get there?
I milled it with Thought Scar.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I just didn't look over.
Yeah. You're good.
Scour.
You're good.
Okay, you're up.
All right. End step. I will.
I'm very dead.
Oh, yeah. I'll eat 2 creatures.
Brings you to 12.
Yep. I'll untap. Draw.
Threw this game away.
I will sack, get a Mystic Sanctuary, get Cryptic.
Brings you to 11. Yeah, we don't need to keep playing.
Yep.
I looked at my graveyard because I drew Ran. So I couldn't target a land when it would be just a card draw engine.
I was ready for you. Okay, well, like you said, we have a lot of games to play. So what? We're just going to switch right now. I'll do Sideboard Live, and then we'll get into the second match with Sultai Snow, and then we'll take a break. But for now, we're just going to keep it going. I'm going to de-Sideboard Live. Josh, if you got any questions, we can do that, and we'll just get right back into the second test for this deck. All right. What did I bring in?
Definitely felt like a favorable matchup for you on paper, but the choke and boil in the sideboard of Jund are really good.
Those were super close, good games.
Yeah.
So what did I bring in? 1 Decay was
One
the
Decay,
green black
2 Veil.
card. That's right. Yes. Yep. Switch to Eldrazi against the Sultai deck. See how we can do against that. Now, as far as this matchup goes, I am more concerned because you just go over the top, right? Like you're going, Eldrazi is the deck that can go over the top of basically everything right now, but it's also a deck that I think is rough in a sense where Uro is bigger than all your creatures, you know? So if I get Uro down, it's like you play Reality Smasher and it's comically bad, you know?
Yeah.
So Uro is the deck's bane of existence, but your over-the-top stuff like Karn, if you're playing it and stuff like that, is super scary for me.
Okay. I completely agree. Let's take a question if you got one, Josh. believe I will be bringing in these relics.
What do you think of humans in the meta?
I think humans is getting better. We were kind of talking how, it kind of preyed on these control decks because it's so hard to have the right answer for all their sticky threats, and meddling mage is a pain. And
people just don't have as much cheap removal. I think obviously your Jund matchup has been rough since Ren and 6. It used to be good. It was at initially when humans rose, people started playing more Jund because they thought it would be good.
Yeah.
But it ended up being weak against them. Thalia is really good against Bloodbraid Elf. And you just ended up having enough tempo out of the human stack to be good against them.
Yeah.
Ren and 6 kind of changed that calculus and shifted the matchup a little bit in Jund's favor, I think. But against these blue decks, they're playing a lot of counter spells, historically bad against humans.
Yeah.
They've got some really powerful stuff, but I without sweepers, I've generally liked the human side in control matchups.
Yeah.
They're not really playing sweepers out of these decks. The card I think is sneakily good, and we were talking about it actually while we were warming up, is Thalia Heretic Cathar. Not only a little bit weaker
Card's
than the more basics around, but it's very good against Mystic Sanctuary because you only get the trigger if it enters untapped, not if you have 3 islands. So regardless of how many islands they have, Cathar shuts that down. Also just good against fetch lands. But I've seen a little bit of big Tron rising up since the ban to combat Jund and combat these control decks, and Thalia Heretic Cathar is absurd against Tron.
Yeah, agreed.
So that's the card I would look to as a 1 or 2 of. Not in big numbers, but a well-tuned humans deck I think could be quite good.
Yeah. And I mean, humans is just a deck that's always been good. I mean, it's gotten a lot worse, and it will be not as great if there's a lot more Ren and 6s, if it's that Astrolabe type deck. But honestly, there's not a ton of Ren and 6 because I feel like Abe Corbin's deck went down in popularity, and it's just switched to a more tuned Bant control or tuned Sultai control, kind of not being as wild as that. But you are seeing Ren and 6 and Jund a lot. So
and Bant is what humans wants. They want your cheap removal to be path. Instead of bolt or push. There's not a lot of bolts around except Jund, so I think humans is quite good.
Wow, how about your hand? This one is so close. I guess you're on the play then, right?
I'm on the play. Okay. My hand is mediocre, but has really high upside, so I'm going to keep.
And I mean, that's the same with me. It's a lot of lands, but I think on the draw, I think we have similar hands, I'm guessing. Where on the play, it's a little bit better, but on the draw, I think this is a safe mulligan, but it's close. Don't you think?
Yeah, you have 2 good, good first couple.
I'm gonna mulligan, but I think this one is super close, and I could be wrong on this.
I think my biggest issue with this hand is actually that you don't have a fetch land, so this fatal push is pretty bad.
Yeah, but we're bound to draw them, but
you don't want to draw more lands. That's the problem. So fetch land isn't a draw you want, but it's a draw you kind of need to turn this on. Yeah, I like mulliganing.
I think it's super close, and on the play, I would keep. For what it's worth, because
I would mulligan.
More land-heavy hands on the play, I tend to like a little bit more than land-heavy hands on the draw, just because on the draw, if you draw 2 lands, you're just dead. But on the play, you get a quaddle to cantrip. I still think it's really close, but I would probably keep on the play.
Okay. Do you got another question over there, Josh, while Corey shuffles?
Yeah, are Grixis and or Mardu Pyromancer still viable in Modern?
Haven't really seen play in quite a while. I mean, I guess big issues, they lost Faithless Looting, right? And that was a pretty big card in those decks, so I can't imagine playing them without looting. Though Lingering Souls does seem like an okay card right now.
I'm good with this one.
Uro kind of trumps what Lingering Souls does.
Oh, yeah.
Lingering Souls was really good against the old-style control decks that had that one, return, secure the wastes, and colonnades to kill you. Now that they're building to Uro, they can ignore 2 to 4 spirits pretty easily.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so
not a fan of the Pyromancer.
I think this is a very important lesson to learn from playing from the even just the Thoughtseize side here. If you ever have a hand disruption spell, what are they going to cast next turn that's really painful? So you usually want to wait with your hand disruption spells if you have anything else to play. And in this scenario, I just want to get an island for an Astrolabe, and then I could always disrupt you next turn if I were to have something along that line.
The other factor is if you have other things to do. So out of Jund, if I have Goyf Liliana, I'll Thoughtseize on turn 1.
Oh, of course. And if I didn't have a play here, I probably would have done that as well. But I think with having something to do, I think it's reasonable to not.
Okay, well, that was an excellent draw. So I will play another Tron land and a Chalice.
Oh.
Pass the turn. Thoughtseize.
Chalices, I see.
Yeah.
You're doing that,
Was
huh?
Chalice a good draw? I thought it was.
Well, I would have been, you know what? I'm glad I didn't Thoughtseize then, because I would have been more tilted that you just drew it. So for my own sanity, I'm pretty happy that I didn't do that.
See, and you're at 19 from the fetch.
All right, we're going to take 2 and pass to you.
You really like drawing that overcard
17. Yeah.
No, I don't have any chokes in this deck, right?
Oh, dang it.
They come
Can
to green with one.
Can I change my draw then?
Okay, well, not a great draw. Actually, that's probably the worst draw on the deck, but
Excellent.
I'll play Ghost Quarter, and I'm going to have other things to do, so I'm just going to get this Ballista down,
Okay.
and then I'll pass the turn.
Ballista for 1, you say? I believe that's countered. All right, let's get that out of here. I've had enough. I've had enough, and we've just begun.
You can continue while I'm searching.
Okay. I believe you have a waste.
There it is.
All right. Then we're gonna Thoughtseize you.
Well, that's not good, because I only have one good card in my hand.
Good.
So I draw the last Tron land. I was skeptical. I drew one waste. I was like, I'm pretty sure they have 2 now that they don't have a forest.
Yeah.
Glad they had 2, so I could search from that trophy.
Yeah, and
Have to imagine the Karn will be hitting the
it's gotta.
the bid.
And now I have an option of just walking into the Dismember, which I think I should. Eventually, you're going to kill other stuff here as well. So let's just go.
You're at 15.
Yep, and then I'll play a Scavenging Ooze.
Did you just play a Watery Grave?
Yeah.
So you're at 13?
I took 2. Yep. 13.
2 from Seas, 2 from Grave.
Yep.
And yeah, I think I might as well. I guess
Might as well.
So the only card that makes it awkward for me to untap and draw is exactly Reality Smasher.
And then it's not even that awkward, but
if I draw a Tron, the other Tron land, and I can go Ugin kill this, that might be better. Just saves the Dismember, so maybe like later on, Ballista plus Dismember can team on an an Uro.
Yep.
If you have another trophy or something, or Sanctuary back trophy to deal with the Ugin. So, and if I draw a Smasher, I'm pretty happy like letting the Ooze live for a turn. So I think I'm just gonna untap.
seems reasonable.
And we did not draw a card that punishes us, so that's cool. I will Dismember the Ooze.
Okay,
Brings
shoot
you
a
to
16.
I will attack you to 12.
Okay.
And I will show you the real life Thoughtseize bug.
Wow. How are you so good at this?
So I could like animate this and kill it with Ballista, but that just seems worse than getting something.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to get.
Wow, I'm in trouble this game.
Liquid Metal Coating is cool, but if you have any sort of trophy for this Karn, the coating just does nothing. I could get Relic, and then, you know, that's just sort of drawing an extra card and helping to deal with your graveyard. I could get some sort of threat, but I have a threat in my hand if I draw a land, so Worm Coil is not it.
You can't get a land?
No, there's no Citadel here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I definitely think it's down to Coating or Relic. The safe play is Relic. Coating is high upside, and if you don't kill this, I can just get the Coating next turn.
Yep.
And set it up. So I'm just going to get Relic now. It does
Okay.
mean I can't start Stone Raining you for a turn, but
Seems reasonable.
yeah.
And I have a land and pass.
That's a bit of a tilt. I will attack for 1.
No blocks.
Brings you to
11. Yep.
And I have not active Tron, that's 2 power plants, but we'll play Ugin because, since you can't Charm, because you can't activate Astrolabe.
Yep. Yep, that resolves.
And now our colorless spells cost 2 less, so we can cast Relic.
Okay.
So get everything. I guess I'll plus this first, just in
Yeah.
case. So we'll plus this. It's a Spirit. I will tap the Relic, targeting you,
Sure.
and...
You can play and get liquid metal coating.
Oh, yeah. So let's get the Coating and play it, too.
Yeah.
And then pass, and then on your upkeep...
I'm gonna, I guess, push this.
Okay, I'll ping you for 1.
Sure.
So you go to 10. On your upkeep, I'm going to Coating the Watery Grave. Yeah. Cut you off blue mana.
And loses its other type. It's still considered an island, though, right?
Yes, it's still
Yeah.
an island. But now, do I want to hit this? Either way, you can... Yeah, no... Yeah. Let's get that.
Hit that. Okay, so that's inactive. Drew a good one, though. I got an Uro, kind of good, at least. You're going to be able to deal with it.
13.
Couple lands and pass to you.
Okay. So let's. It's not a great draw, but we're pretty far ahead at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely plussing this Ugin.
Okay.
Getting another spirit. Attacking you for 2.
I will go to 11.
Make the breeding pool into an artifact and plus Karn on it.
Stone Rain me. In response, I'll sack this down to 10.
Yep. Getting Mystic Sanctuary.
Yep. Sanctuary targeting trophy.
I will sack Relic with the trigger on the stack, so I guess you get another Sanctuary.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah,
I have to
I
get.
can do about that. So that's going to bring you to 9. So you'll get.
Still in a ton of trouble.
You'll get your trophy and be able to cast it. But I've got 2 pretty big threats between Karn and Ugin.
Yeah, exactly.
So then the relic pops off.
And then this was destroyed, right?
Yeah, the breeding pool will end up in your graveyard.
Okay.
But because the relic happened with it on the stack.
Sure.
I'll draw this card. Oh, so close. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn.
Draw. They're all so bad for me.
I think the Ugin is the one that's really killing you.
Yeah.
You need to buy time. That seems like the best one.
Yeah, I honestly, I can't win this. There's just too many planeswalkers here. I guess we'll try.
Game's going to be over in a couple turns anyway.
Yep. I'll pass to you. Draw step, I guess we'll trophy this.
I only have 2 wastes, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Dream Eldrazi Temple, not great.
Okay.
I will attack you for 4.
All right, 6.
Brings you, you fetch down to 9. You're
Oh,
5.
yep, 5.
And I will target the Overgrown Tomb and then kill it. So you have no green mana.
Okay.
And I pass the turn.
All right. Pass to you.
On your end step, I'll just make a 1/1. So present lethal.
Yeah, you got it. I can like tap and delay a turn, but you're still stone raining me, so
Yeah.
not gonna be good enough. All right, that was a beating from Etron, and to be honest, it did not feel good. Did not feel good. I feel like I really have to be proactive with Uro. Like Uro is like step number 1. You know, like mulligan a little aggressively even for that, and really try to get there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Karn is still just like even without Micah's
Yeah.
Gladys, Karn is still really good.
Karn is good. Not having the lock, you know, I mean, you just ended the game so much earlier if you had the lock, but yeah.
Yeah. But it still, it didn't matter. It just extended the game.
Exactly. So we're not going to see as much sideboarding from Ross because he is a Karn deck, but hopefully I can get a little bit of help here with Sultai Snow up against Etron. We're going to take a short break to do some sideboarding, and we'll be right back here on Versus Live. And welcome back to sideboarding here at Versus Live. We are playing Sultai Snow Control up against Etron from Ross here. From my end, we don't have a ton of sideboarding just because our sideboard is not very well equipped to deal with it. Like none of this I really want against Etron. A little bit extra hand disruption for some early stuff is decent, but it is still kind of a liability. And even if I think about this, like Karn is a big problem. I'm going to switch out 1. I'm only going to bring in 1 of these Inquisitions. Fatal Push is still great, but Inquisition can be a really big tilt if you just have Karn. You're going to top deck Karn anyways, because that's just what you do constantly. So, yeah, we're going to take out Playing Engineer because it's bad. Abrupt Decay for Chalice is the main thing for that one.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And on my side, I've got some relics in the sideboard I can bring in. Pretty much the rest is a wish board except for these contortions.
Yeah.
I still have a Grafdigger's Cage to wish for with Karn if I really need to shut down Uro.
Yep.
But I want these relics in the main because they're just so good in the matchup, and both Warping Well and All Is Dust are not. You're not really developing a really wide battlefield. This is a really clunky card. Warping Whale, like, exiles Ice Fang Coatl and counters discard spells.
Seems bad.
Yeah, that's just not
A
enough
horrible
functionality.
Veil of Summer, basically.
Yeah. Whereas Relic is excellent in the matchup.
Yep, agreed. Okay, so I'm going to be on the plate trying to make a comeback here against Etron. So far, this has been a fun idea to run this through a gauntlet, and now we're going to switch after this. You're going to be playing your Mystic Sanctuary deck that you think is best up against these 2 decks. See how the differences And, you know, I mean, this is something that we would do in stress testing for a Pro Tour, right? Like, this is just something that we would be doing at a testing house. So it's fun to bring this kind of dynamic to Versus Live where we tend to, you know, attack things in a little bit of a different light.
Yeah. You know, this is definitely something like you just got to put each deck through its paces, see how it matches up against a good spread. You know, in a testing house, you'd probably do it against 4 or 5 different matchups. Yeah. Get like a mid-range deck, an aggro deck, a control deck, maybe a combo deck in there if that's relevant.
And we'd be playing 4 game ones and then 6 post-game boards. Yeah, that's what we would actually be doing if this was a testing.
A little bit of an abbreviated version of that.
I like it. Okay, so I'm going to be going first. We got some of the things we really need in these hands, but this land is pretty awkward. I guess my mana base is insanely awkward because this is a flooded strand. Maybe we can't keep this. Feels bad because these are pretty good cards in the matchup, but wow. All we need is like 1 fetch land to keep it. You know what? We're going to gamble. We're going to keep. This has a fail rate, though.
My hand is quite slow, but I think it leads somewhere good, so I'm going to keep.
Okay. We're going to go with a flooded strand, and we're going to sack.
We're going to 17?
I'm going to go to 17 for sure. And
getting a watery grave?
I think so. We're going to get watery grave, and we're going to Thoughtseize you, so I'm going to go to 15.
Okay, that's pretty good, though my hand, like, isn't great.
Yeah.
I have a pretty land-heavy hand, but I have multiple maps. My plan is to map for a cavern.
Yeah.
And protect all my Eldrazi from...
We're just going to take Relic. Relic's the card that stands between my main way to win, which is Uro, so...
Yeah, taking the Relic
to you.
My plan was actually to play Relic on turn 1, because I wasn't going to crack map on turn 2.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
We might have a change of plans here.
Tehran has been assembled. All right, well, I think we'll take that map, try to avoid the Tron plan, play a land, and say go.
Okay, I will play a temple, and once again, let's just get a ballista down.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, well, untap. Big draw step here. Did not hit it. Really needed that. Now, what do I fear from you? You could cast a bunch of... you could cast all your Eldrazi if you top deck it. If you have Karn, you can't really play it next turn anyways. I'm hoping that my mana is going to be tied up next turn anyways, so we're just going to go with the Thoughtseize. Hope that you drew something good. Yay! Don't worry, you'll draw it.
You're at 13.
But I don't have a land, so here you go.
I was already thinking in my head, like, of course I drew Karn after Corey cast his 2 discard spells.
Yeah,
then you just had a third.
Yeah. No, we kept a risky one because of Flooded Strand that wouldn't allow us to get black and green.
That was a good draw anyway.
Jesus!
That applies lethal damage for next turn.
Wow.
2 attacks for 6 and a ballista ping.
Wow. Down to 7.
7. You're up.
All right.
And dead.
The fail rate that I mentioned at the beginning of this game, chat, that's it. Okay, and I, you know what? I think out of both of us, I think you may mulligan just a little bit more and maybe a little too much because you're way more conservative with that. I definitely go for the high risk Seth Manfield outlook of just like,
you're on that.
7 cards are better than 6. You know,
I've become a little bit more. I used to be, I think, a little on the conservative side, keeping, and now I think since the London mulligan, I've shifted to a little on the aggressive side.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's just where I am, but you know, the hand seemed reasonable. It just didn't hit.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I had Uro, I had 2 Thoughtseizes, so I needed any fetch land, and then I'm cooking, and I get to disrupt you twice, but I really needed it on curve, because then I had like Scavenging Ooze and like weak cards there, so that wasn't ideal.
And the exact fail rate of that hand is I draw a key threat the turn after you're done casting your discard spells, and you brick. Both those things happen.
But I should have factored that in because you are the luckiest human being alive, and every single time I Thoughtseize Ross, what do you know? Some 7-mana bomb is on top or something like that. So with that last tilting statement, we are going to take a short 5-minute break here, and then we're going to be back, and we're going to be switching the tables around. I'm going to be Jund and Etron, bro, and you're going to be playing Bant Snow, and we're going to see maybe if you do any better. sure. See if maybe Jun can best you and E-Tron doesn't. I didn't expect to get abolished that much from E-Tron, but it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good, and I think E-Tron is meant to prey on these kind of Mystic Sanctuaries decks. So I have hopes that, or I have a little foresight that I think E-Tron is going to dominate both decks, but only time will tell. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with that flip side here in just 5 minutes.